and welcome to Reading with Kermie. Chris here, aka Kermie, and welcome to Wednesday afternoon. It's a little after 3:30. I just finished my lunch and now I'm ready for some Reading with Kermie. And don't stress the small stuff, it's just small stuff. And today, folks, I just want to share with you one of the very last chapters. So today is the last of this book. Don't stress the small stuff, it's just small stuff. But you know what? It's okay, because I got some good news for you viewers. Don't stress the small stuff, it's just small stuff. Actually comes in a trilogy. So, we'll be moving on to the next book, starting tomorrow, maybe, I think. And don't stress the small stuff with your family. So that should be in it. Really rewarding and beneficial book for us all, I think. But anyway, before we do that, today we have the last chapter of this one. In the original, don't stress the small stuff, it's just small stuff. So, chapter 100. Live this day as if it were your last, it might be. Oh, and they have to get deep on the last chapter, of course. So, let's continue and see what it has to say. Live this day as if it were your last, it might be. When are you going to die? In 50 years? 20? 10? 5? Today? Last time I checked, no one had told me. I often wonder, when listening to the news, did the person who died in the auto accident on his way home from work remember to tell his family how much he loved them? Did he live well? Did he love well? Perhaps. The only thing that is certain is that he still had things in his in basket that weren't yet done. The truth is, none of us have any idea how long we have to live. Sadly, however, we act if we're going to live forever. We postpone the things that deep down we know we want to do. Telling the people we love how much we care, spending time alone, visiting a good friend, taking a beautiful hike, running a marathon, writing a heartfelt letter, going fishing with your daughter, learning to meditate, becoming a better listener, and on and on and on. We come up with elaborate and sophisticated rationales to justify our actions and end up spending most of our time and energy doing things that aren't all that important. We argue for our limitations, and they become our limitations. I felt it appropriate to end this book by suggesting that you live each day as you were, if it were your last day on earth. I suggest not as a perception to be reckless or to abandon your responsibilities. Oh no! Oh no, no, no. But to remind you of how precious life really is. A friend of mine once said, life is too important to take too seriously. 10 years later, I know he was right. I hope that this book has been and will continue to be helpful to you. Please don't forget the most basic strategy of all. Don't sweat the small stuff. I will end this book by sincerely saying that I wish you well. Treasure yourself. And that has reached the end of this book. Drop the mic, baby. Good job. We have completed book number 1. Like I said, don't stress the small stuff. It's a trilogy. So we will continue that with the family. But that book was a really good book. And that last chapter was a great ending to remind us that life is beautiful. Even when we hate it, and even when it looks ugly and sometimes just don't look like there's any hope. But there's always something to live for, in my opinion. I have been on this earth for 42 years, and I have had some pretty extremely, what I would call awful bad days in my life. But I'm still here, I'm still breathing, I got a smile on my face today. Sometimes I ask myself, how is that possible? And all I gotta say is, you know what? I'm still living. I'm still here for a reason. So I'm going to do the best I can with what I got right now, you know. And so true. We gotta live what we have, you know. I don't know what this life's gonna bring. Of course, I don't know when I'm gonna die, but I want to enjoy what I have today before that happens. And I don't know what happens on the next life. I don't know if I'll have another opportunity. We don't know. None of us do. So let's do what we can here today for not only of ourselves, but for each other. So with that note, and that goodbye to that book, we'll continue this next time on Reading with Kermie. I hope everybody has a great day today on this mid-week on Wednesday. Enjoy. Peace!